All right, so on this part, we're going to be talking about most bizarre managers. All right, so listen, Nathan Jones got sacked from Southampton, only 95 days into his tenure. Talk, any quotes, any notable quotes with Nathan Jones? He sold you when he was at Stoke, right?
Yeah, he came in at Stoke. Yeah, we were having a difficult time. But he was a good manager. Like, I feel like he's got a bit of stick at Southampton, but he was a decent manager. It didn't work out for him at Stoke. It's not worked out for him at Southampton. But no, he was a good man.
Yeah. Do you got any hopes for your team staying up like this season? You know, you're struggling at Southampton.
Yeah. I've got a few teams to be fair, but that's one of the ones that are going down. No, Southampton. No, listen, they need something. You know, it's been difficult for a while now. I think the appointment of Nathan Jones it's just not worked out at all. Someone needs to come in there and turn it around quickly.
All right, so we're talking about bizarre managers. I'm going to come to you, Joe. Both of you have had some managers in your time, but you must have had some. You had Mourinho.
Yeah.
Any stories you've got about like your managers, bizarre managers?
Well, Jose's brilliant, but he can be bizarre at times. Everyone knows the story about him being smuggled into the Champions League game.
Yeah, I've heard that. Tell us.
In the porter cabin.
What happened there?
Yeah, just pretty much that as it was. Like he wasn't supposed to be there. And they got, the big silver things that put all the kit in that gets locked.
The skips.
The skips, yeah. Just got wheeled. I see like two of the security guards just wheeling it into the game. I think, like it's unusual to see it go past it like an hour before the game, like with two security guards. And he's gone into the cupboard and it was like he just popped out.
Did none of the players know? He just popped out. So Mourinho just popped out the skip.
Popped out, mate.
So as players, did you not think, Gaffer, what are you doing?
Just like he was like Hollywood at that time, wasn't it? It was just like, I was having a little chuckle about it. But one of the things that people don't realise is it got a bit claustrophobic in there. So when the time come to be smuggled out the stadium, he didn't want to get back in. But the security guard just ragdolled him back in because obviously he can't be, he would have got caught, basically. So he got ragdolled back into the thing and just bundled off into a van. It was a bit much. It was a bit like a bit of a scene from the Goodfellas or something.
That's why I was never a manager. I have to get ruled in. I have to be on the floodlights.
So what was the talk in the dressing room? So
I was just laughing. I was laughing, and sort of like UEFA got wind of it because that was the first leg at home. So we're going to Munich for this. I think it's the quarterfinals for the next leg, and we was 4-2 up, and the papers got wind of it, but no one could prove nothing. And then, sort of leading up to the week, so, is he going to do the wheelie bin trick again? What's going to happen? But like, UEFA were onto him, so like he was in a hotel. But this was back in the mid 2000s, and before I'd never seen this technology. But he got sort of, it's like Alexa or whatever it is now. So he phone called in from his hotel room to do the halftime team talk, and he was hammering people from this speaker. In the middle, but it was unusual back then. Do you know what I mean? And it was unnecessary because we was in the game and everything. We won the game effectively, but he had to be that he was a show every game. Then, do you know, it was at his prime.
Yeah.
He was brilliant, and the lads loved him.
All right, so listen, we've got questions from the audience. Darren said, best manager for team bonding events.
For team bonding events, oh. That's a tough one.
Managers don't get involved.
They don't really like them. It's usually the captain, arranges.
They like the idea of them. They don't like the aftermath of them.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
See, that must be the elite, because in the lower leagues, managers got involved.
Really?
They did a whole lot more stuff than you elite managers out there. I'm just trying to say, not saying that the lower leagues ain't elite, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
No, Harry used to like the. Christmas. I think there was 3 Christmas parties in a row where there was, shenanigans going on in papers. And I think as the years went by, Harry encouraged it early on. And I think he realised that it's not worth it. Someone does something stupid. There's, and the press becomes so intrusive. So they sort of, I felt like they went out the game a little bit.
Well, I remember when Harry said that we weren't allowed one. And unfortunately, we'd had it the week before. But he'd said it in the press. And I thought, oh no. someone's definitely going to have a picture of this when we went to Ireland, and unfortunately they did.
Yeah.
I'm glad you talked about Harry Redknapp. I see your tweet, if I recall. One team looking for a new manager and a potentially free agent, Leeds, and you said something about the coppers and
already spoke to Nico and Jermaine, and Harry's getting the band back together, isn't he? Leeds United, here we come.
Yeah, I think you need security because I can come out retirement as well and do a little something.
So involved. Listen, but the thought of Harry coming back, I mean, it's a mad shout.
I like it.
You could do a lot worse than Harry Redknapp.
I like it because I think that Leeds have got I think there's a decent team in there.
I agree.
And I think sometimes Harry's brilliant. If you parachute him into a situation and he'll galvanise a group, even at his age. Like, football don't change. I know he's a student of the game. He watches it all the time. He'll know every one of them Leeds players. It'll be very interesting to see Harry Redknapp back in the game.
I've had some great times with him where he's come in and he's simplified everyone's games. In the times where like Bielsa and it's probably been so intense.
Yeah.
He just gets players. He knows what positions to play them in their best positions. Gives them confidence. Simplifies their game. It's a good chance to get out of trouble. But we're both in Harry's camp. So
I see that. I see that. Another one, like I said, is: did you ever see any managers get involved in any initiations? Again, this must be an elite thing because Gareth Ainsworth, he didn't even need an invitation.
Really?
He just
singing and all that?
Yeah, he just jumps on the mic, boom, got his guitar, and
but he can play, can't he?
To be fair, he's a rock star.
If I had that in the locker,
he's a certified. So none of your managers, you ain't seen no managers, because generally we do initiation tests when new players come in. You ain't never seen a manager do that?
I've seen Harry singing Frank Sinatra.
Is it? Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very
He
good.
likes he likes his music.
He likes the old school.
Yeah.
Old school Rat Pack stuff.
Yeah. Jose was.
I can't imagine him singing.
No, we used to do the song for everybody. It was only the managers, so all the staff used to get up and sing, but the managers used to always squeeze. I think it's a respect thing. Like you can't have like Carlo Ancelotti up there breakdancing, someone like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I think managers were the only ones that got left out. All the other staff did. And it was all good value, to be fair.
Remember with England, I remember Sven getting up once and Tord Grip got on the accordion.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
At the World Cup, on the accordion.
Yeah.
Tord Grip
played the accordion.
Yeah. And how did you not take it? Was you like, yeah, this is decent?
Was the gaffer was bouncing along, wasn't he? You want to play next week? Quality Tord, keep going. Different gear.
I'm talking about that. Have you ever lost it in a team talk for either? The gaffer said a quote that just made the changing room laugh. Oh, yeah. I see the way you just chuckled there, brother. Have you ever been in a situation where the gaffer said something and you've just gone, oh, my days? Like, it's been crazy left or crazy right?
I've seen...
Yeah,
I'm rifling through, like, the clean versions of all of these things.
Yeah.
I remember once when I was very, very young at the Dell. That's how old it was. I was West Ham. Harry Redknapp, Frank Lampard Senior, Ian Wright was in the squad, and John Moncur, my loving great player, great bloke. He didn't play in the game, and there was an argument after the game between Harry and John, and you used to get a tray of sandwiches brought in. And the tray were just edging off of the table a little bit, and Johnny's kicked the tray, caught it lovely. The sandwiches have gone everywhere, and it's like one of them heated moments, a proper row. Two men screaming at each other, kick the sandwiches, and one of the sandwiches just landed on Frank Lampard Senior's shoulder, and he didn't know it was there, and that just made me giggle. Like, and I'm 17, 16. There's a sort of thing a 16-year-old laughs at. And it's still this argument's going on. This cheese sandwich is sitting there. I'm just like that.
Didn't have a chip on his shoulder, did it?
Oh, God.
That's why you're Saturday night. That's why you transcended into that side of me.
Oh, that's so bad.
Like that.
That's so bad. That's such a dad joke.
You guys really loved it.
Saying that, I got a story. Like, you remember Martin Allen as a manager?
Yes.
So Martin Allen, for some reason, whenever he used to do a team talk, he used to strip. So he'd be in the middle and he'll be talking and he'll unbutton his shirt. So he'll be talking, and so by the end of the team shot, he'll have no top on and he'll be sweating. And we at the team would be like, bruv, if we allow this to go any further, he's going to be naked. So we got to wrap this up really quickly. But he was that. Martin Allen was, I ain't gonna lie, he was one of the wildest individuals that I've ever come across. I won't even lie to
The
you.
mad dog, isn't it?
I
Mad Dog.
remember Tony Adams coming. I remember he took over at Portsmouth from Harry, and we were all just done a rousing speech about how we're going to get out of trouble, and it was actually quite spine-tingling. All the players are sitting around, we're like, yeah, ready to go, like buzzing for Tony's first, speech. It was fantastic. Anyway, he's left the room. We've all looked around and gone, he's not named the team there, is he? So I said, we all felt up for it, but no one knew the team.
All right, let me roll the last question from Mark. Did any managers get involved in training and get embarrassed?
Trying to think. Steve McLaren used to get involved quite a bit, didn't he?
Steve was actually quite good at
decent,
two-touch.
The old the two-touch and the, and the boxes weren't bad. Sven wouldn't dare, would he?
Nah, Sven don't look like a player, does he?
Didn't get involved. Didn't you? I remember the boys at West Ham. I remember Craig Bellamy telling me that they had to tell Zola to stop getting involved.
Yeah.
Because obviously they were still playing, and he was like, you could have still played, you know.
Yeah.
And I think they were getting slightly embarrassed that the manager was a lot better player than them. So he's had to stop getting involved.
Oh, that's crazy.
Disheartening.
That's
Glenn was
crazy.
the same. Glenn was the same.
Apparently, Glenn, BT Sports Zone, was England manager at 37, so he was still capable of joining in with the lads, and that's how good Glenn was. That these players like Beckham, your Scholeses, Michael Owens were like blown away of how good he was.